living a little bit less ordinary, 100%.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Less Ordinary podcast. Me and Chezzy in the booth today, just the two of us. What's going on?
Oh, just finishing up a good, really nice, just good weekend.
Good weekend, big weekend.
I'm sort of fucked.
Yeah, I'm pretty knackered as well. What is it, Sunday Arvo? Back to work tomorrow.
Got the Sunday scaries big time.
Yeah, I
Like
sort of had him. I sort of had him yesterday.
Yeah, you get the Saturday scaries. It's a bit different for you with the off swing.
Going back to work.
God, it's shit.
Yeah, it sucks heaps. But like, it's, I mean, it could be worse, but
We've been out. We've fueled the engine previously in the week, and now we've gone and made the most of it this weekend.
Yeah. So this potty, we're going to discuss, be a bit of transparent. We didn't slay fish this weekend by any means. We didn't actually even catch what we set out to do. But I think there's value in that and talking about maybe the journey and the pursuit of, you know, good fish, trophy fish, whatever, and coming up empty-handed, but still coming away with knowledge and like having learned a lot. So
it definitely wasn't a wasted weekend.
Hence what we're going to discuss today. We're going to talk heavily on chasing big dusky flathead.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, flathead probably premier recreational species across Australia, potentially.
It'd have to be
if not, but just behind Brim, potentially, at least on the East Coast.
The absolute go-to.
Yeah.
Of anglers from absolute beginners to heavily invested.
Yeah, to the more elite sort of crew.
Yeah.
But in particular, when chasing big duskies, there's obviously not millions, but there's a lot of techniques to do it. But the one that I've been heavily interested in recently, and by association now, you probably are going to become heavily interested in, is chasing them in shallow water, using big baits, like big glide baits, big unweighted soft plastics, big paddles, like all that cool shit.
A long way from your traditional even lure fishing for these things.
Yeah. Because like let's rewind the clock, like, I don't know, 5, 10 years ago, you really cut your teeth lure fishing on flatty. I think my first fish coming from WA to the East Coast, 3-inch paddle tail, walking the banks of the lake, throwing into little sand pockets and weed edges and like getting a few flathead.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's a surefire way to catch even the trophy fish, but it's just doesn't have the same excitement as this new style of fishing. And I think with all sort of things you do with fishing, the way you target them has a lot to do with the value of the fish. Like not necessarily catching a big trophy, because I've got no sort of interest in catching a big dusky on a bait or in the deeper water on a plastic.
Isn't it funny though? Like, take it back.
Yeah.
Like a big dusky on bait, like, is beaten by a big dusky on a plastic, but now it's evolving to the lures aren't good enough. It's bigger lures. It's crazier ways of doing it. Like
top water.
Yeah.
Fucking
the old lure versus bait argument is gone, and now it's like, what lure?
Yeah,
like,
what's crazy going on? Lure what can way? You do? Yeah, because we were on I did a trip down the South Coast like I don't know, 6-8 weeks ago, and the guy I was with paying, like Angus, he caught one pushing 90 probably on a 3-inch J shad, which is a 3-inch fish arrow, like paddle tail, on 6 pound leader, fucking like a 1,000 arity or 2,000 arity, like a little, 2 to 4 pound fucking samurai rod. And like the angling it takes to actually fight that fish and land a fish of that caliber on that lighter line is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But it comes back to this age-old thing, and I'm a firm believer in it. Bycatch doesn't count, in my opinion. If you set out to catch something and you catch a different species, no matter how good, it doesn't count. Like,
interesting. Okay.
It'll probably ruffle some feathers. Like, it counts as in, like, get a photo with it, claim it, it's epic. But it's not the same as, like, set out for a goal and you achieve the goal. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, but I think it heavily depends on where you're at in your angling career.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to take away from a lot of people that, might go out flicking for fucking Taylor or something and pull a big dusky. Or
Yeah. No,
you
it's
know,
still sick.
managed to pull like a little estuary dew or something like.
Yeah, still see it doesn't count, but that's my
That's
like.
touch and
Take
go.
a photo with it. Bycatch is cool. Some of your best catches are a bycatch, and you're not expecting it. Still take a photo. It's epic, but it's not like go and redo that. Go and recreate that.
I fully get it, and I agree, but without taking away from everyone else.
Not taking.
It's kind of like a few months ago when we were up north talking to Scholesy, Pelagic Pursuit, and he's talking about when he goes fishing, he doesn't want to catch anything by accident.
Yeah.
Like for him, doesn't count by accident. He
Yeah.
needs to know why, how,
Yeah.
how to recreate it. Like every variable needs to be accounted for in his mind for that fish to mean something.
Yeah.
Like he could pull a 1.30 meter barra.
Yeah.
When that, wasn't the the target, and he's pissed off.
Yeah. It's
which is loose.
It's crazy,
but
isn't it?
At his stage in his sort of angling career too. Like,
and I think as anyone fishing, that's what you should set out to do. Like set yourself the goal and target or whatever. Like
it's going to teach you a lot.
One of my, I got a big mulloway once, a smidge over 20 kilos, and it ate a 3.2 inch bait junkie minnow, so paddle tail. And I was targeting mulloway but I was targeting school size fish, 20 pound outfit, 25 pound leader.
Doesn't count.
Got a 20 kegger. And it sounds like, I don't know, ungrateful, but it's not the way I would have wanted to catch that fish. I would have wanted to have caught that fish on a hard body.
Yeah, off the stones.
On
or something.
big, heavy tackle. Not even like if I was just even if I was throwing a 7-inch lure and I got that fish. It's like a little weird personal, and like I think a lot of people would agree, but you're dead right. It does depend where you are in your fishing career, what you've caught, what you're after. Because
a lot of people just go fishing to catch fish.
Yes, correct.
Like not to target a specific species in a specific way, in a specific size, and have a size limit in mind.
Yeah. I guess that comes with the experience and doing more and more fishing you do, the more you start to hone in on different crafts or whatever. But anyway, I've been a firm believer in you got to try you got to put a finger in the pie of every sort of style of fishing, right? That's how those real well-rounded anglers, guys that know their shit, they've done a bit of everything and they learn off a lot of different people. And like I remember when I used to work in the tackle shop, like everyone would come in. You've got something to learn off literally everyone.
Yeah.
From like the most novice guys, like, the value I've had in the conversations with old boys that just bait fish the beach with alvies is second to none. Do you know what I mean? Like they've got shit. They've got info. You got these new school dudes that do it different ways or do this, do that. Like they've all got their own little things to teach you. Anyway, so to round out that sort of style of fishing, this whole flatty thing, I don't know, the glide baiting and big unweighted soft plastic flatty's probably been around. I'm going to say close to, maybe not 10 years, but more than 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Up to 10 years, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon they started throwing big squidgy whip baits way back when. Like,
it's definitely becoming super prevalent now, probably with the rise of that sort of filming on social media and drones. And it's pretty specky.
That, the accessibility factor. And like, again, the flatty is like, again, premier recreational sports fish, especially on the East Coast. And they're actually super quite an attainable, easy fish to catch. You can put a soft plastic on and walk down to pretty much any bank, fucking rock wall in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And you'll catch a flathead.
Yeah.
Not you'll catch a trophy, but you will catch a flathead. But then getting that class of fish, that more elusive, bigger fish class, that's a different ball game altogether.
Massively. But it's funny, like for me, how I've sort of come full circle.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've really chased flathead to chase a flatty.
Yeah.
Like years ago, would go out Lake Mac in the tinny and chase flatty.
Yeah.
And you sort of get a few and you're like, right, I'm done with this now, like on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But now I've sort of
been
around the world and done a fair bit of different shit. Now here I am back at the flathead, but in a completely different light.
Yeah, way more hectic, way more like crazy. But
I didn't sort of see the trophy aspect of it a few years ago, but now.
Yeah. And it's obviously become super popular. So basically, East Coast of Australia, when springtime hits, the water starts to warm up. The big girls, in theory, they make their way into the shallow waters. They push up onto the flats. You've got all your whiting start to come out. The prawns start to come out. The estuaries come alive.
Fires up.
In the shallow water. And hence all the species and the fish, and it's when you top water whiting and all that sort of thing come to life. And these big dusky flathead get up into those areas. generally in the lower reaches of the system as well. This I don't know if it's a spawning thing potentially or what, but it's generally in the lower parts of the system, in the shallow sandbanks around structure, that sort of thing, weed beds, all that sort of thing. You'll get big duskies coming up, and guys will set out on foot, on boat, like kayak, whatever, and throw these big fucking lures. So this weekend was what Chez and I set out to do. It's perfect time of year. It's not too hot yet. Chrissy traffic hasn't sort of rolled into all these towns. It does sort of suck. We have to when our times line up. Obviously, it's on the weekends.
Yeah.
With your work and my work. So no matter what, there's going to be some degree of boat traffic out there. But where we went to, a little spot on the north coast, was fucking pretty nice, eh?
It was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
It was and it was good weather too, which I thought there was going to be more crew getting around, more boats.
Yeah.
But no, not too bad.
Yeah, especially
it was good,
no one doing what we were doing either.
No, definitely not.
Which was somewhat surprising because the system we were in, I think, there's big fish in there, as we'll get to.
Yeah.
But before we sort of go down that, talk about previous bests. So
Flathead best.
Yeah, so my current stands at, I think, 83, I want to say, and Jewfish bycatch.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago. What am I now? 26. Oh, no, maybe not quite 10 years ago. I was kayaking in the Hunter River, throwing plastics at bridge pylons and hooked this thing, and I was like, it's going to be a Jew, it's going to be a Jew. And I remember it coming up and being fucking disappointed because this was before I'd caught Jew or many Jew, and I was like, to me, that was just a holy grail, and I hooked this thing, and it was like heavy weight, but no runs, sort of a little like sluggish thing, and coming out of deep water, like lethargic sort of fish, like just sort of wound it in with a fuckload of weight.
But like you could mistake it for a little Jew.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, come up, and I was like, nah, fucking huge flatty.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can B-roll that over the top potentially or something, whatever, so people can see that. But yeah, so 83 again, bycatch.
Yeah. Never
Never a true capture.
Yeah.
I do want to have an honourable mention though, fishing maybe 7 or 8 years ago, shallow banks, throwing little hard bodies with a friend of mine who doesn't even fish. He just come along with me, went to the tackle shop. He wanted to just buy one lure, and we were looking at, there was like these Akuta hard bodies. They're like they're like a cheap sort of knockoff sort of brand.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that one's good. So he picked up a pink Akuta hard body. I think it was like 80 mil long. And we went and walked these mud flats and stuff, and we caught like heaps of fish. And then he got one like in the 80s, but in shallow water on a hard body, like pretty hectic.
Yeah, mad.
I obviously didn't capture that, but that, sick fish. But yours? What do you stand
Again, bycatch.
Yep.
Chasing Jew.
Yep.
In Lake Mac on an unweighted squid.
Yeah.
Live squid.
So not
late
the
at
ideal
night.
way.
Nah, not like I think it was 84.
Yeah.
A great fish.
Yeah.
The biggest flathead I've caught by a mile.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What's your lure caught PB?
I think it's in the mid 60s. Again, Lake Mac at night in the tinny on a gulp, like curly tail, one of them ones out of the tub.
Yeah, you can't knock that. That's how a lot of people get their flatty.
Yeah, and it's still mad. I remember at the time, like I was like, fucking oath.
Yeah.
Because that was like the intent. It was that one. It was
catch
flathead
a flatty
on plastics. Like, it had gone a bit late into the night. It was dark in the tinny.
Bang, got him.
Fucking
and like
stoked.
good class fish too.
Good fish, man. Like maybe mid to high 60s. I think I've actually got footage of it, and I've got footage of the 84 and the Bragmat too. That was a dog of a fish, that thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't make it, that big fish.
Really?
It had annihilated I had a double snell on the squid, and it had just inhaled it, like gutted it. And I think it had eaten it a long time before I picked the rod up. And I think it's, sort of, and just sat on the bottom. It was pretty shallow. Eating it, sat on the bottom. I've gone to check the bait. Fuck knows how long after it ate it. Picked it up. I'm like, oh,
wait.
Fuck. And then it sort of didn't move, and then give it a good rip, and then just, again, dead weight. Bring it up. It was alive, but there was
that's shit.
It's shit to not release a fish of that size.
Yeah, sort of illegal, Chez.
Massively illegal, but fuck, what do you do? Like, cut it off in its gob and hope that it
was
that
this
it lives.
Before slot limits or after?
This might have been like,
you want to say before, just for the argument's sake of the podcast, eh?
For legality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before slot limits.
I don't know. It was maybe like 5 years ago.
Well, obviously the style of fishing we're talking about doing, it's a completely different. They're not lethargic fish. They're aggressive. They're hunting. They're in shallow water. And there's no denying any fish in shallow water, they pull harder.
Yep.
Like, whether it's G's or it's chasing fucking Jew or King, like the Kings they get down South Coast and all that. Like shallow water fish pull harder. So anyway, Chez and I, we've set out this weekend. The boat was in the shop getting some repairs. So I was like, fuck it, let's try chase one of these trophy flathead. Yeah, let's get the yak out.
And mind you, the kayak we're running is a piece of shit.
Yeah, so we're in a double kayak. It's Gus's fuck, I don't even know where he got it from, but he's had it like the oldies joint.
Why does he have a kayak?
I don't know. Anyway, it's a double kayak. It's got 2 rod holders at the very back, and it's got the 2 brackets on the seats. Like they're like the ball joint uni mount like things that you can sort of mount a rotating rod holder to, but they're missing. So 2 rod holders in the back.
All the bungs are missing.
Which was an issue.
It floats, but when like the bungs are in your bottom of your seat and everything, so as soon as you put a bit of weight on it, you sit in it, the fucking floor fills with water. So we're sitting in like 2 inches of water the whole fucking time.
It fills, and then it sort of comes and goes. Drains in and out. So like you're just sort of constantly getting wet.
Seriously not ideal for what we would.
No seats either. So I got the seat off the other kayak I've got, which is just like the universal ones that clip onto the bracket, which worked well, but you didn't have a seat.
No,
so you were just constantly doing a crunch.
Yeah, constant sit up for like 10 hours of fishing on Saturday, which was fucked. But anyway.
But so kayak's not ideal, but it is what it is. It's pretty funny. Me and Chez just locked into a double kayak with paddle, like pulling it off the roof and shit. Anyway, so we headed up on Friday arvo. We got the kayak. I stopped in and saw the boys at Hot Tackle. Stocked up on a bit of kit. We'll talk about the gear first. Yep. So we had a selection, Jimmy rigged some big paddle tail, like Irukandji Sicarios and stuff like that. Big SL12, which is like a inline sort of finer gauge trolling hook with like a stinger treble and little glow beads and shit. I've seen people online do it. You can rig up so they sort of they glide. They don't sink, but they don't have a jig head, so they just in shallow water you can sort of float them down and then just sort of roll them up. Same with like the big bait junkie garfish and some glide baits from that My Lure Box tackle. He makes some good content on YouTube. Your personal favourite,
the
Nessie, which is a power bait lure.
I've never fished one of them, never seen one in my life.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I reckon it's sick.
So you can just buy them off the shelf. And like some of these swim baits you buy for these flatties and guys that are into it will sort of get it. You're spending fucking $100. And like, I'm not that into it yet.
You might be, just quietly after this weekend.
Yeah, but like fucking, anyway, $100 for swim baits or whatever. These little Nessies, like, you know, they just fuck $15, $20 off the shelf.
Yep. 7 and a 9 inch.
7 and 9 inch we took up. And then
really impressed by them.
Yeah, they were sick. And then a bunch of just a big jerk bait, so hard bodies for flathead, just a proven method. You know, 100 to 140 mil. You can obviously throw way bigger than that. The one thing we were missing was some big topwater bent minnow style lures.
Yeah.
Which I swear I got some, but anyway,
we'll be adding that to the arsenal for next time.
Yeah, somehow misplaced them. So yeah, we stopped into the boys' Hot Tackle, load up on a bit of kit. We shot up on the Friday arvo. Finished work pretty early, what Chez did. I was already off. I packed all the gear, come pick me up from the shed, and we shot up straight away. And like we got an arvo session in.
Yeah, which is rare.
Yeah.
It was pretty good to get there for an arvo session. We had like maybe an hour of daylight left, like daylight savings now.
Beauty of summer.
Like a 7:30 sort of last light. We actually fished till dark.
Like
into the dark that night.
Yeah. So we pulled up on again, Google Earth, Google Maps. We sort of got the banks and stuff we wanted to sort of fish.
Yeah.
Beauty was the areas that we were fishing to. You couldn't just walk out there from the land, so we would kayak to the bank.
Yeah.
To the sandbar.
Well, we tried to ditch the kayak sort of as much as we could.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a
punish.
Yeah.
It's punish on
but
the
used
kayak.
it as transport, like walk the flats when they were high and dry, all the way up to, you know, nearly like above knee deep sort of.
Yeah.
Chasing different zones, but yeah, it was good.
We fished a running tide first night, so got there 6:30 straight into it. I fished the glide for that first night. What did you fish?
My Lure Box glide.
You fishing the Nessie? I think you did, bro.
Yeah, I fished the 9-inch Nessie.
Yeah, you did.
The big one.
Yeah, so Chez is fishing the 9-inch Nessie. Oh, just quickly, tackle-wise. So we fished our snapper combos. Shit, what's that?
What do you got going on there?
That was a fucking day long legs.
Yeah, we haven't got any specialised bait caster outfits.
I'd love one, though.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd love to get one. Swim bait combo.
See how deep this sucks us in.
Yeah.
But yeah, snapper outfit. So I'm running the Trophy Hunter with the 5K sustain.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit heavy.
Well,
You probably wouldn't want any less to throw that 9-inch Nessie though. That thing was sort of heavy.
This is how it goes with this style of fishing. You tackle like most other species. Your tackle is suited for the size of the fish you're going to catch. This is sort of not that. This is sort of the tackle is equipped to throw the lures you want to throw. Yeah. So we're talking 9, 10-inch lures, quite a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Your traditional 2 to 4 kilos ain't going to cut it.
No.
So
different story maybe if you're throwing your weedless unweighted sort of plakies, you get away with it. But
yeah, they still got a bit of weight, some of them. There's like a bit of volume there. But obviously you don't need fucking heavy tackle to pull big flat, especially on the sand. Like you can get them on literally a 1,000. They don't pull that hard. Yeah. Anyway, so I fished this 7.4 Zodius and my 3K Certate, which was quite a nice rod. Yeah. Outfit, sorry. Everything I will say, bit of a stiff action, I think, for the flatties. But anyway, first arbo, we roll in there. You were fishing the Nessie, I was fishing the Glide. Hooked up within fucking 15 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, you did
20 minutes. And I was like, sort of, as much as I was throwing with the intent to catch, you still look at these lures, I'm like, fuck, it's a big lure, eh? Like,
well, it's going to take a big fish.
Yeah.
To sort of find hooks on it.
Just to find hooks. Yeah. Like, the little ones will have a go. They'll go anything. But anyway, I hooked up. And it was the classic, like I've had it before, where it's just weight, and I'm like, weed. So it's just sort of winding into, and then heady pulled hooks. Come back with a scale in the weedless bit, which is a bit interesting.
Yep.
Moved back around the bank, hooked up again, maybe 20 minutes later, and got it all over my feet, about 50, 55 on the big lure, which I was still frothing. I was like, fuck yeah, on the Glide, like, still this is sick. Yep. Bit of confidence in what you do in the practice. The bank, the area that we chose to fish obviously held fish as well. And then went again, hooked up, got another big like hit hook up for like a second. Yeah. And I called it for a lot bigger, just the way it sort of fucking nailed the lure.
Yeah, he sort of yelled at me across just the flat about that one.
And then pulled. Anyway, we proceeded to fish I don't know, we might have got an hour and a half. It got dark and then we started like sort of drifting with the kayak in the dark. It just was proving a bit difficult. But we fished into the night, went back to camp, set up, swag, fucking straight to bed. And then we're up at Sparrows, back on the same bank, hey?
Same zone.
This time, we've got the little DJI mini drone. Obviously, fucking use that thing heaps for just, fucking looking at sharks and whales and dolphins and tuna and all sorts of shit. We managed to capture, that top water, shouldn't say top water, but jewfish eating off the surface. Yes, phrase that correctly.
Just so no one gets fucking triggered.
So we took the drone again, and obviously, like if you've been in the loop of this style or you follow any sort of social media, like Nev's fishing.
Yeah, he's sort of the
pioneer,
OG creator. Yeah, like, he sort of brought a lot.
He's got a 2-hour YouTube clip on his page with him getting topwater jewfish on, not top, but it's top jewfish. Fucking
Flathead.
Drone eats with the flathead on the flats. Yeah. It's fucking hectic, man.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, that is sick. That adds a whole new element of like visual excitement to the cards.
Yeah.
So, and is it John D or Josh?
Josh D, I think.
Josh D. He's
on TikTok. I watch his shit.
TikTok, he's got a YouTube. He released a clip recently. Same sort of thing. Fucking flying the flats in his kayak. Massive flatty. Top water eat. Fucking hectic.
And these boys do super well to capture everything too, because they've got like 3 angles going. They've got their little handheld camera. They've got the drone going. Yeah. They're fucking pedaling kayak and fishing. Like
these boys are sort of a master at that. Like,
yeah, it takes a lot to get all that right. And they fucking do well.
Chez and I sort of lack a bit of that. We barely can 2-man job it. Whether or not it's our fucked kayak and like, I don't know. We don't shoot a lot of our content on GoPro either. Like I feel like they GoPro in the, because obviously you solely have to in the
they've
pole.
Got mounted poles. And
and their kayaks are sort of set up good. Like we've got like shit in the floor of our kayak getting wet and like you can't.
Everything's floating.
Everything's floating. It was just, anyway. So we went out that next morning. I jerry rigged that Z-Man paddle tail too, that little
that was sort of nice
diesel minnow. Yeah. So I've seen someone do that before on YouTube, and he's probably the only person I've ever seen do it. And I was like, that's sort of sick. Like they paddle like a big diesel minnow rigged weedless with a stinger treble. That because Z-Man, the Elastec they float, it sort of like kicks along the surface, and it was like sort of makes a bit of a
you can hear
trail.
it.
You can hear it. It's like,
yeah.
And like anyway, that got boofed within like the first drift.
Yeah.
Obviously, it mustn't have been a big fish. Didn't find hooks. It was like, fuck yeah. Again,
I'm
confidence
still
in the practice.
untouched at this point.
Yeah,
too.
Chez is unseen,
I've gone
untouched.
in with the cull shad that morning.
Yeah.
I don't know
cull.
what that is, like 7 inches maybe.
I think it's a 6-inch paddle tail
Yeah,
with
big-
weedless.
big
No, sorry,
fat,
weedless. What did you say?
It's
like
just got
unweighted.
the belly treble.
Yeah,
Big fat paddle tail profile.
yeah. Which is borderlining the traditional approach as well. Like big, soft plastic
Yeah.
paddle tail, not with a jig
Well,
head.
we were
but
sort of changing between fishing a few. When I say holes, I'm talking like, I don't know, like 700 deep.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
where you're just trying to get down a little bit.
yeah.
To fishing like
Fucking-
200 mil of water, not
yeah,
even.
yeah.
So there was a few different lures getting thrown for different situations.
Yeah, there's a lot of lure changing going on as well. But yeah, we got the hit first thing on the Z-Man on that drift. And then I think we proceeded to fish that whole flat. That morning the tide came in and it's a very tidal system which just fucked everything. So like
I was hooking.
wind against tide in our kayak, not being able to pedal and trying to cast. We were just going around, like we were floating all different directions. There was almost too much current, and I don't know what there is to stand for this style of fishing. No Flathead obviously pretty lazy. They'll sit in the back eddies or they'll use a structure as a bit of a current break or whatever to ambush prey. But this flat was just having water hooking over the whole thing.
Yeah.
One, it was almost impossible to fish in our kayak. Two, it's hard to fish a lure in that sort of current.
Yeah, definitely.
And we were spooking a couple of small ones and stuff like that, but nothing crazy. Oh, Willard, we put the drone up though, didn't we? That morning, yesterday, we put the drone up fucking pretty early on before that had all that tidal shit had happened and spotted one.
Just back at the other flat though, at the closer flat to where we were staying.
No. Remember? We spotted the one that went fucking psychotic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So we put the drone up, looking around, bang, spotted a flatty. You're like, fuck yeah, sick, big one too. Just sitting
it was
there.
a dog.
Sitting there, we're like, right, let's creep up on it. So we beached the kayak. Cam's got Osmo running, following a drone. The kayak sort of drifting away. I'm sort of creeping towards the drone. Before I was in casting distance, thing just fucking spooked or something triggered
I don't know
it.
whether the drone spooked it because we got down pretty close.
Yeah, I think that's
what
what we said. The drone might have spooked it, and it started going crazy. Anyway, we lost it. Shot
It was
off.
going nuts. It was nearly looked like it was feeding. When I was watching it, sort of half watching it on the remote, I was going, "Oh, the thing's nailing some bait or something. Like it's fucking going off."
Yeah, fucking pretty hectic. But anyway,
They're so quick. Those
So
big ones,
quick.
or even the little ones. Like when you spook them, they're fucking gone.
they don't move far.
No, but
they
they
move fast.
just real fast.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that thing shot off, and then we sort of fished that bank for no more actions. We had one hit. Saw
That
a
was
fish
sort
on
of
the
like
drone.
a bit of a turning point though. We were like, righto, there's mamas in here.
Yeah.
Like there's big crocs.
Yeah, and you could see lays as well. We were seeing the odd lay as well. Anyway, then we pushed up to another fucking. We went a little bit deeper in the system. That was fucking the mangroves and
Oh,
the
shit.
oysters, and
Waste of
we
time.
can't with the kayak we're in. You just can't fish it because you just drifted in the wind. It was just impossible.
Yeah.
So we pushed up to another flat. Again, tide's roaring by this point. So these flats were coming high and dry in the low, but by the high tide, they had a meter of water over them and they were flowing.
Yeah.
So we've got out and walked, and I've lanyarded the kayak to my board shorts with the fucking lanyard off the pliers because to paddle
Epoxy
with the
setup.
wind and the tide, like you couldn't do it. So we had to hit foot. So I sort of attached the kayak to me and we started walking. Anyway, walking, casting, flew the drone again. So put the drone up. Must be about 9 o'clock in the morning at this point, 10 o'clock. So boat
about that.
traffic's been rolling through. There's people walking around. There's shit going on everywhere. And flown the drone, flown it for maybe 5 minutes. Bang. Monster.
Yeah, the biggest one I think we've
Fucking
seen.
easily the biggest one we've seen. It was a fucking horse.
It's hard to call it off the drone, but this was the one we seen
next to the Stingray.
the stingray next
So
to.
there's obviously heaps of rays on these flats, and this flatty from nose to tail was as long as the Stingray near it, nose to tail. And you can sort of tell because they stand out, I'll say 15 meters in the air, right?
Yeah.
Bang, can see it clear as day sitting there. Like I'm going to call 90 plus. Obviously, again, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it was big. It was
But it was
big.
fucking big, and even the way it moved. So anyway,
It was over 200 mil wide at the head, I reckon. It was fucking huge.
it was a big dog. So anyway,
And those rays, there's pretty big rays getting around there.
yeah,
I
and you're not
hate-
seeing the littles,
I hate them rays.
the Raymonds.
They're sort of sus. I don't like them at all.
We were sort of walking around, just going, "Oh, Raymond there, Raymond here.
Yeah.
Don't step on a Raymond." Because
Yeah.
I know a bloke that's done that. Full fucked him.
Erwin?
No,
Steve.
wasn't Steve. Bloke in WA stepped on one wading the flats in Exie. Pretty sure it went up through the bottom of his foot,
So it
out
barbed
like
him.
his Achilles. and fucking airlifted, most pain he's ever been, like full fuck show.
So they do proper damage. Obviously, they do damage, but
yeah, you step on one, probably not where you want to be.
I thought that was them. I wonder if them little ones really do that sort of damage.
I don't know. Don't want to test today. You could easily step on a little one. I
When
think
when they're buried, you could step on one. Yeah.
I think when you put your foot on it and it moved would freak me out. But we were running the Crocs too. So how's we got a couple of fresh pairs of Crocs?
Yeah.
And Chez swears he will never wear them. I hate the look of them. Always swore against them. Bought a pair. I wear them on the rocks.
I swear I'll never wear them on the rocks.
Oh, you're wrong, but.
Nah.
So.
There's too much foot movement going on inside.
Nah, lock yourself in. It's fine.
Like put them in low range.
Yeah, put them in low range.
The flap up the heel. Yeah,
they're fucking sweet.
Nah, I don't know
because
about that.
We had this discussion, sorry to get off topic, but about the Crocs. When you wear water shoes, you get out of the water, they get all fucking, they stink.
Yeah,
like when you don't let them dry.
Yeah.
So if we fished all day, you go in, drop it doesn't dry overnight, you get into cold, wet shoes. Crocs bang in the water, wading, fucking mud, rocks, comfort, breathability. Thank you. Not an ad for Crocs, but fuck that.
I would like to just, if you're a developer, product developer, I want to see a Croc exactly the same, but with like rubber laces or something, so I can like cinch it on my foot. Then I wear it on the rocks all day.
Well, I
feel like I could like roll my foot in a Croc on the rocks on the angle.
You're full of it, eh? You need to learn to walk properly.
If anyone wants to steal that idea,
because
I'll take 10%.
They make
commission.
some with Velcro straps at the back, so you can really lock yourself in.
No, I want to cinch over the top of my foot,
like
like laces on a shoe.
Mate,
why have they not done that?
Buy some shoes then. I don't know. Who knows? There's probably a reason. Too much. They're just a simple. Anyway, so we're wearing the Crocs in the water for the Raymonds and fucking what God knows what else. They called bull routes and shit. Is that a thing?
What?
Is that a bull route?
What's a bull route?
You know what they're called?
What?
I don't know. Like you step on them and they fuck you. Fuck you.
Stonefish.
No, it's not. They're called bull routes.
Oh, you're probably right. I believe you. I'm not saying
I think they are.
Anyway,
I don't want to step on shit. Whatever. We're using that. Raymond's. Fucking way off topic.
Raymond City.
Raymond City. Big flatty we spotted on the drone. Size of a Raymond. Huge. So we're like, right, let's get a cast into it. I'm on the drone this time. Got the Osmo hold and Chaz is throwing the 7-inch Nessie. He loves a Nessie.
The 7-inch Nessie was my go-to pretty much for the rest of the trip.
So he's throwing a 7-inch
better profile,
Nessie.
Better colour.
It's not a huge lure though, when you look at it. But it's 7-inch. But I guess from what we all throw. Anyway, walking towards this flatty, closing the distance on this thing. Funny enough, this flathead was facing with its head against the current, with the current.
Yeah, not
facing the current.
Which I didn't think they would sort of do.
No, that sort of
goes
goes against
the current to wait for the shit to be sort of pushed
over. Yeah, the
over
ambush over. Yeah. So it was a fucking weird why he was sitting like that. Anyway, we started walking towards it, and we must have been 80 metres out, so well off it. Making our way towards, bang, fish is on the move. It's moved. I followed it with the drone. It's come towards us, right? Yeah. It's come within casting distance of us, and it's sat, and it's settled. So drone's out there. I'm filming. I'm talking to Chaz. He's sort of walking a little bit closer. Bang, casts. I've gone a little bit higher this time so I can get a visual to see where the lure lands. Bit off. Think third cast, bang, on the money. So you've landed like in line with the fish, but maybe 5 metres.
You sort of got to work it out
the other
too.
Side
like
of
when
it.
You watch, not just our clip, but other clips, like land it, but you got to let the current sort of bring it in the right direction. And then it's a bit of a zigzag operation back to the fish.
Anyway, this is perfect cast. But it's sort of hard with the glare and the small screen to see the lure and all this shit. All I've seen is I've seen his lure land 5 metres on the other side of it, and he's working it towards the fish. And I just, every now and again, I could just see the lure a little bit.
Come straight across his nose.
And he's come straight across his nose.
And he's going, twitch, pause, bucket pause.
And he's lifted.
Twitch.
Yeah. This fucking fish has lifted.
Yeah.
Started moving.
Towards the lure.
And I'm going, oh, Chaz, he's on it. Keep moving it. He's moved. Little did I know, I didn't know if the fish had spooked from the lure or if he was following. So for the first, I don't know, it must have been a few seconds.
Yeah.
It's following. Well, I didn't know if it was following or not. And then, bang, I see Chaz's lure fucking 30 centimetres off the front of its nose. And he's following. He's interested in eating it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, twitch, pause. He pauses it. The fish and it just drifts back like for, I don't know, half a second, 1 second onto the fish's nose.
The current pushes it back into its face.
And this thing is just dead
just come up.
under it, about to
It
ambush.
just licks the lure's ass, man. Just going, up in there and just decides not to bite it. And I was like,
fully
fuck.
was 2 milliseconds away from engulfing.
He fully sniffed it. Like there was nose contact. Like
he was
he
nubbed
it.
And as it went back, he sort of went up to do something and then shied away and off he went.
And it just turned off it, and that was it.
And I was like, oh.
In that moment,
fuck.
I'm going, twitch, pause. I'm just waiting for the line.
Because I'm yelling at Chez and I'm like watching this thing.
Bang.
So
I
anyway.
can't believe it didn't happen.
Big fish on our second flat of the morning. And again, the visual aspect, like obviously blind casting for him, the traditional method, this just adds like another fucking, it's just exciting.
Well, I sort of don't.
Like seeing shit. Like who doesn't want to see
I
the
was
fish?
a little bit conflicted originally with the whole like drone for the Flathead thing. Like, because you can go fucking hours, days blind casting for these fish. Like you can look at that footage for an example, right? The amount of perfect twitch, pause, and lure placement with current, like the chances are so slim to come across a trophy and put it in its face.
Yeah.
The drone just helps make that occurrence a little bit more frequent.
Yeah.
Because it can put you on the money. I guess look at it like maybe live scope. Not everyone agrees with it.
Yeah.
I think there's
I just think it's fucking sick seeing a fish like hunt a lure.
Yeah.
Like me being able to watch that in live.
Yeah.
And look back on like how it looks at a lure, what it does, how it reacts. I think to me that's the fucking sick bit. And anyway, watching this fish do its thing, I'm going, this is like if I got to watch it erupt on your lure, I would have been like, that is hectic.
Yeah.
Anyway, like obviously it depends how fired up the fish are. So we missed that opportunity. Not that we felt hooks or anything, but we had a real big one, and he was moments off just taking that lure.
When you see the footage, you'll see it. It fucking sniffed
it's close.
It fully just licked it on the tail and just fucking
off it
turned
went.
away.
And then I think we parked it up and we went in, and I was like, you got to watch this footage, Chez, and then watch the footage, and it was fucking like he was on the lure because I wasn't certain at the time. Like you can only speculate because you can't see the lure properly, but he was on the lure, but he wasn't fully fired up. Right, he was just mooch. Like he was interested.
I don't know. Like you see a lot of videos, like the Nevs ones and stuff. They sort of mooch, and then I don't know whether it's just like one erratic like twitch of the lure, just gets a reaction bite from them. Like, I don't know.
So we hypothesized many reasons as to why it didn't eat. Was the leader too heavy? Sun up? Was the lure not big enough? Not large fish.
Energy,
was it not worth exerting the energy to eat it? Did it not look wounded enough? Was it not like, who knows? Fuck knows. But we were like thinking a lot of different things. Like if that lure was 10 inches, would it have just gone, that's worth my time? Fucking nail it. Or alternatively, has it had so much time because it watched it? Is it like gone, there's a leader there. That's not real. That's not real. I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
Like did you have enough time? Because it's staring at, is it looking at the hooks going, that just doesn't look like what, who knows?
I wonder if it was a bit more erratic. And a bit more
erratic. But then the way he was moving, like would it have gone out, like would you pulled it away from him? Or would he have just turned like on a dime and gone, I need it now, it's getting away from me? But they love a long pause as well. Anyway, fucking a million and one things. So then we watched that footage, we were G'd up, like that's fucking sick. Like then we fished another flat. Went to another like area, and this particular flat was sort of featureless, but it was out of the wind where we were, and there was less tidal impact on it. So we'll give this a bit of a try. We went down to the jerk baits. I know jerk baits count for a lot of big fish, but you also get a fuckload of numbers. Yeah, like you just catch a lot of them. So we went out and caught, I don't know, 3 or 4 on the jerk baits over a couple of drifts, but you could just tell, or I didn't have the confidence in it being a big fish zone. Didn't have the features of an area that would hold a large fish, in my opinion.
And we sort of said that before we set out too. And the lures, again, you don't, like it can, but you don't sort of expect the big ones to come.
Yeah, well, you just know you have to sift through all the other ones before you get to a big one. So the jerk baits are such a good way of catching a feed of flathead, in my opinion, but exclusively targeting a monster. I think there's better methods.
Yeah.
And then we went out in the Arvo, and fuck, what happened even yesterday? Arvo, I can't even remember. We fished hard. Oh, no, fucking the big one.
Oh,
the one that got away. So yesterday, Arvo. So the whole day.
Yesterday was massive. We did like 14 hours, I think, yesterday. Yeah. Probably 9 to 10 of them were actually just flat out casting. We had a little break in the middle of the day, cooked some lunch, but other than that,
We're up at 5, we're in the water, fishing everywhere.
Thousands of casts going on.
Yeah. And then, anyway, yesterday, Arvo, we've gone out to the original flat from the afternoon before.
Yeah.
And started sort of paddled out and like fucking just mooching around, having a cast and stuff. Got the drone up, spotted a big one on the drone, but lost him.
Yeah.
And then Camo's fishing the 7-inch Nessie, and you were throwing over a weed bed.
Yeah. In the same vicinity that we lost that fish in.
Yeah.
Maybe within 50 metres of it.
Yeah. You're throwing the Nessie.
Yeah. And the Nessie's unreal over the weed.
Yeah. So
like it's maybe 300-400 deep. Like it's not real deep there, but like any other plastic that's got any sort of sink action, you know, it's like fishing over weed. You just go, it's fucking impossible.
It was a
and
top water lure area,
Yeah.
and those Nessies are naturally buoyant, like they float.
Yeah.
So when you wind them, they like kick maybe just under the surface.
Yeah.
So it's essentially it's a glide wake
Yeah.
bait sort of
Yeah.
action.
Even when you
thing.
sort of, the weed was nearly right up top of the water column, they just sort of cut through it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to really.
Yeah, and the hook sort
jammed on.
of sits up in them. But anyway, you've gone,
Oh, instant.
boom.
This thing, like, so fishing the snapper rod, obviously.
Yeah.
This thing hit it like a snapper. Like
Yeah.
line, I sort of had a little bit of slack line, just giving it the pause and crunch.
Bang.
Hit hard. Like you sort of, you know it's a big fish.
Yeah.
Instantly, I was like, massive fish.
Yeah.
Massive
Hit
fish.
it and
then
piss drag.
Instant drag.
So like a flatty pull and drag on those outfits.
Yeah.
Flatties don't pull on anyway, the best of times.
And like maybe when I say like 1 to 2 seconds of drag, gone.
Yeah. Pulled hooks.
Yeah. So like crunch, like bit of a strike.
Did you see the boof off the top?
No.
No.
I wasn't sort of watching. I was just sort of like, because I sort of, when I'm casting, I'm walking.
Yeah.
And trying to not step on a rame.
Yeah.
So you sort of like, you got your,
you're just doing your
method
action
down pat, and you got your action, like, especially after a day of it, you got it down to the
Yeah, so you
fucking
don't even
tee.
need to watch.
You don't need to watch. Like, you know what your lure's doing, and you're sort of stepping and walking and winding, and then just, fucking bang.
Watching where your foot's going.
God, that was a good fish. Like,
so
that was,
bang.
I dare say that was probably the one that we seen.
Yeah.
And then you actually had the drone up.
Yeah,
at
that's
the time,
right.
And you didn't see the fish or anything, but you seen the cloud
That it
just
left.
the big
like a
wolf of the
hole
cloud.
in the bottom that it left,
Yeah.
a big cloud of dust, like
As
where
it
it come up and
smacked
smacked
the
it
lure.
off the wee bed.
So that was sort of it. That was fucking, like, that was well and truly towards the end of yesterday, and we were like, oh fuck, that was it.
Yeah, so we hooked that. Then I was throwing the 9-inch Nessie. I hooked another one. I don't want to say it was big though. Like I had the GoPro running, and it grabbed the lure. Must have felt hooks, but for like 2 seconds. But I saw the brown sort of mass behind it and the splash on the surface, but it didn't look large. Just sort of ate the lure. And yeah, that was sort of the yesterday arvo. So we had like a chance in the morning, the big one. Chez is hooked. Well, we can only imagine would have had to have been at least a 70 just by the way it ate.
Yeah.
The line it took, the aggression, all that's, your little 50s they're not pulling any line on that tackle ever. They don't even pull line.
No.
And
it
then
was a fairly solid drag I had set too. I just don't know, like them Nessies, as good as they are, it's just, I think it's going to be difficult for fish to find hooks on them. They've just got the one belly treble, which means they obviously swim really well.
Yeah.
And they're neat and tidy to cast, and you can actually throw them a long
Yeah,
way.
they don't
But when it comes to hook up rate, don't know. Like maybe, like obviously another like sort of stinger towards the tail or something would be great, but it's not going to action anywhere near as good. That's the sort of trade up you take.
Yeah. So that unfortunately, like I think that's just the thing with this style of fishing. The bycatch is limited, throwing these massive, massive profiles. But when you get one, it's the one you're after. So that's what we set out to do. Again, like the jerk baits can account for many fish. And even this morning, we had a very slow session this morning. Our last morning before we came home, I ended up putting a big jerk bait on and caught 3 fish on the edge, but all just like maybe best being like high 40s.
And then I spooked the mama.
Yeah, and then you fucking Chez,
at the end. So we cut it off early this morning because we had to drive home and everything. Do this potty, fucking meal prep, back to work, all that shit. So right at the end of the session, we actually pulled the pin at the other flat, and we were like, fuck it, we'll paddle up. We'll hit the second one. We're like, we're here.
Yeah.
Really need a fish because we had been shooting for a YouTube also.
Yeah.
And sort of needed the big fish. So we're like, fuck, like, anyway. And we wanted it personally.
Yeah.
Straight up to the other flat, and I'm back in the zone where I pulled the hooks out of the big one the day before.
Yeah.
In and around the weed beds. And I'd fucking worked this area for like 15, 20 minutes, and I'm sort of fanning like from left to right, like covering all area, then moving forward like 10, 15 meters and fanning from left to right again with like 5 or 6 casts, and just
covering the
trying
zone.
to like really make sure I've covered every bit of ground. Obviously, at some point I've lured over this fish and it hasn't eaten.
Yeah.
I've walked up to within like nearly like 1,500, 1,200 of this fish and hadn't seen it and just seen it take off. Like I'm in, I don't know, knee-deep water.
Big.
Fucking massive.
Yeah.
And I just went, 10 metres behind me and I went, oh, fuck.
Yeah, just spooked up, gone.
Yeah, spooked this fucking croc. I don't know how I didn't put a lure in front of its face. Maybe it just was not interested. Who knows? But maybe it was fucking half asleep because I got that close to it.
Yeah.
You sort of worry about creeping up on them within 20 metres to cast at them.
Yeah,
But like I was
on it.
a metre from this thing and had stepped in the mud and it just took off and it was fucking huge.
Either way, that lure went within distance. It would have been aware it was there. They're an active hunter. I just think sometimes they might be shut down. They're not in a feeding mood. No matter what you put in front of them, they're just not going to eat it. Like, even there's videos online of people doing it right over their faces.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I even got that one on the south coast where I landed the glide bait on its back.
Yeah, it sunk.
It sunk,
and
landed on it.
it.
And then I wound and it sort of just, the bottom treble just sort of touched him and sort of caught him a bit and he sort of was kicked off, but no interest in eating.
Yeah.
No interest in feeding at all. So,
don't know, like, whether they're obviously active fish of a night too. Like, I don't know what the moon's doing. Have they been fucking eating all night? Who knows?
God
and he's
knows.
up there in the shallows sunning himself.
How many lures do they see? Is it a boat traffic thing? Is it a day thing? Is it a, like, fucking, is the leader? Whatever it might be. 1,000,001 theories. We spoke about it a lot on the car ride home.
I spooked that big one. I just went, that was it. That's it.
And then, I think, I pulled 3 small fish on the edge on the jerkbait again. Like, again, if you want to get a feed, the jerkbait's just fucking the way to go. Definitely do get the larger class, but you just get a lot of shit ones too. Just bang, you can sort of pull
get them anywhere too.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you think about these bigger fish? Like, after what you've learned, do you think, like, run in, run out of nowhere, we were fishing like...
I think it's...
the water was splitting around big sand flats and obviously funneling bait and anything else getting washed out into real narrow, and they're sort of in there sort of waiting. I don't know.
I think my theory would stand. There's a big fish they're not gonna sit on a featureless bottom. They're a large fish. Their ambush capabilities of obviously not as good as the smaller ones. They got to fish in an area that will concentrate and push bait, and not just small bait like big bait, like big feed. Like, they knock off one whiting or one wounded mullet, whatever. That's what they sort of need. So, spoon drains and different little tidal creeks and changes in the formation of the banks, closer proximity to weed beds, structure, rock wall, the deeper drop off of the edge, whatever it might be. Say they come out of the deeper water, sun themselves on the flat. Yep. There's a drain feeding off. There's weed beds near, so there's prawns and there's brim and there's whiting and the tide's running off or whatever it might be.
Running off the flat, pulling everything off. Thinking
actively about why a fish will be feeding there, I think is imperative to get the big ones. Yep. I think the little ones, you could go to any fucking sand flat ever and throw a jerkbait around or a soft plastic and you will catch 30, 40, 50 centimetre fish. But a larger one, there's a reason there's, if you're going to...
You've got to become the fish.
Yeah, you got to think like why you would be there. And for us, it was very tricky fishing a paddle kayak in those zones where water's flowing to target where we want to be. Obviously, a boat with a lecky motor or a pedal hobie is going to be a lot easier to access. But no, I'm keen. I want us to sort of get an 80 plus, which for a lot of people, it's not a big fish doing this technique. But again, new technique, new style. Would like to tick off an 80 plus before
it's just a new
season
thing to
end.
us.
Yeah, new thing. So yeah,
sort of add it to
just something you've been like, oh, I've done that. I've had a shot at that. I've done that, and you learn stuff. You learn more when you don't catch fuck all.
Yeah,
had a good weekend. Saw fish habits, like even on the drone and not. Learn about techniques, what lures work, where to fish, what lures, whatever it might be.
So we might be back next weekend with another shot at it.
Yeah, maybe a different system this time.
I think we go a different system, try a bit of different shit. That's the plan, unless the offshore conditions are a glamour that we just can't miss them, because we should have the boat back. In which case, I'd love to go and have a sort of late season stab at a big red again.
Yeah. Could potentially do 2 birds, 1 stone if we punch like further north. we could do like some.
You could
flatties
honestly
and
go
some
offshore
reds.
and smash the reds in the morning. You could come back into the
Fucking
cross the bar and
Arvo
come and do
flatty.
the system
Yeah.
and lecky around. That's
Same combo. Get an 80 red and an 80 flathead same day.
and like goes to the versatility of that boat too.
Yeah.
Like it'll do it all. It'll sort of leck you along in 300 mil of water.
Yeah.
Or just go and bang reds offshore.
Yeah, righto. Maybe that's the play then.
That's sort of a
half
great-
day
that's
on
a-
both. We could do like morning snapper, Arvo flatty, morning snapper, Arvo flatty. Try and get an 80 on both species.
That's pretty sick.
That'd be cool. Same
you
combo.
Just throw a little dew off the stones flick in there somewhere, and you've sort of just fucking had the most hell week.
Had a good weekend on the
on the
the
East
bread-
Coast fishery.
on the bread and butteries.
Yeah, but that's about it. Gold Club this week. By the time this comes out,
Snapper pack. Funny enough,
yeah,
fully fucking loaded, 4K sustain, slow
sort
pitch
of is
jigs,
fucking loaded. Yeah,
4,000 million soft plastics. It's
Yeah.
fucking chockers this
Jig
week.
heads,
Jig
sand,
heads, leader.
leader,
So
yeah.
a few
Diver
divers,
D-box.
pelagics and stuff like that if you knock
Yeah.
a few of them. So that's good. Again, Gold Club drawn every single Sunday, $2 a week, cancel any time.
Yeah.
You're not locked in.
So the snapper pack sitting alongside the dew pack.
Dew pack, estuary pack, and jigging pack. Obviously, one of the those three will be gone.
Yeah.
But if you're interested, get on the socials, Facebook, Instagram. You'll see what's up for grabs this week, what's been up for grabs in previous weeks. We've had a lot of lucky winners every Sunday, Arvo. So we're not far off drawing that this Arvo and back into a working week and just waiting for the weekend again. Can't wait.
It'll come around quick.
It'll come around quick.
We're hurtling towards a few sort of good events and things to do towards the end of the year. It's
Yeah,
going to be
shit's
fucking
looking
Christmas
good.
before you know it. Like
Fucking warm, the water's heating up.
between now and Christmas, we're not really working
Yeah.
much. It's sort of fallen in a way that we've got a lot of shit on, and I can't fucking wait.
Yeah. Time off, days are longer, shit's heating up. It's good. It's good. It's been good. So thanks for tuning in and see you again next week.